10 best leaders in the world. We asked the Victor Meldrew of economics, Colin McCarthy, the Tina Fey of personal finance, Margaret Ward, and the Dave Allen of Irish financial journalism, Brendan Keenan. If you'd like to contact the show, you can text the word tonight, followed by your comment to 53131, or you can email us at tonight@tv3.ie, and there's a live blog at politico.ie. Anyway, that was astonishing news today about Browne Cowan. They say he's one of the top 10 best. We thought there was 11, but you thought there was 12, Colin, was that what you
Yeah, including the Taoiseach. Newsweek appears to have picked 12 people in the top 10, and they wouldn't have done great at maths in the leaving. But fair play to Taoiseach, he's stuck in there for a couple of years against the tide, so I'm sure he'd be chuffed.
You managed to walk along the line there without stepping on either side. Do you think he deserves the slot? Colin, do you think that he deserves to be called one of the 10 best leaders?
Well, it's August, and Newsweek, in the absence of news, has managed to manufacture some. I note one of the people they've picked is Lula da Silva, who's been president of Brazil, I think, for 2 terms now, Brendan, and whose term is nearly up. And whenever I see his name, I gnash my teeth, because a friend of mine was in Brazil at the last election and nicked an election poster which said "Vote Lula" and gave it to me, and I've lost it. I can't find it anywhere.
Although Brazil's doing pretty well, I think
it has,
isn't it? Margaret, were you surprised when you heard the bulletins today describing the Taoiseach?
I guess I wasn't surprised, because I think that the Americans are quite delusional about what's going on here in Ireland at the moment. And, you know, although you have to applaud the government for the bank guarantee that helped kind of calm things down, since then things have gone from bad to worse. And I would regularly be in contact with people from New York and ask them questions, and they really seem to have no comprehension about what's happening here on the ground.
Yeah, but Newsweek have got bureau in London. They would presumably know what's going on.
In London? Is London in Ireland, is it?
Yeah, but
I mean,
this
is the issue.
It's a big thing for a newspaper. If your own newspaper were to ask their person in New York to look at the person in Canada, for instance, you'd expect them to have some knowledge. Do you think that it's a really daft
I think it's
inclusion?
Absolutely daft. But you have to understand who and what is influencing that, right? I mean, Bryan Cowan and the government policies are looking after institutional investors and international interests, okay? So they protected the bondholders, they protected all the people really they shouldn't have protected, the people who understood the risk that they were signing up to, right? So they protected them, and they're screwing the taxpayer. So, but people in the international markets don't care about that. They just care about protecting themselves. So of course the Americans think that that he's wonderful, because they're being protected. Their money's being protected.
Yeah, Brendan, looking down the list, you've got David Cameron, you have Nicolas Sarkozy, you've got India's their man Singh, who seems to be a fairly useful sort of a fellow. I'm not so sure about the Maldives' Mohammed Nasheed, but they do seem to be, you know, if you're going to get a world's best football team, I suppose this would be as close to it as you would get. Are you surprised to see the Taoiseach included in that?
Well, not in that